This first area is pretty simple. Make it from one end to the other and grab the golden rod without dying. If you get 50 headshots somewhere in there, you will get awarded with Deadshot Daiquiri. Now, if you get 50 headshots in a row, that's 50 kills, 50 headshots, you will get awarded a Perkaholic. Best advice I can give is to immediately get to one side as soon as you spawn in. Let them get fairly close to you and aim high, almost like you're shooting the tops of their heads. When you spawn in the next area, grab the MP7 and start making counterclockwise laps. On solo, after 250 kills, you will be rewarded with Quick Revive. On co-op, we're not exactly sure what the amount is. It's just a bit more. Just continue getting kills rapidly and you will get rewarded it. Once you're done, continue over to the edge of these rocks and hug the wall like I'm doing here until you get to the end, and go ahead and purchase the GKS. Once you have the GKS, find this clearing in the rocks, go ahead and jump down. You'll find a speed cola machine down here which can be turned on by either shooting it or meleeing it, as well as the PM63, which I actually prefer over the GKS. Walk up to the car, plant the bomb, and continue onward. This next area is where it starts to get a little bit tricky, but just follow these simple instructions and you'll be fine. And always remember that you can jump off the side if it starts to get hairy and you will be teleported back to where Speed Cola is. After you plant the second bomb, you need to hurry up and get to the following car as quick as possible and plant that bomb before the Panzer spawns, because you will be rewarded with the equivalent of Tech Tequila Sangria, which basically allows you to sprint while you shoot. Get a few shots into the Panzer, then jump off the side so it'll teleport you back to Speed Cola where you can finish him off. Giggity. Continue pushing forward until you get up to this power switch here where you can interact with it and stop the spawns. Finish killing off the remaining zombies, then prepare for the next lockdown. Hell yeah. To start the next lockdown, find the man bent over underneath the truck asking for help and interact with him. Then find the panel next to the garage door and interact with that. Don't forget to shoot the Mario hat too. What we like to do is post up by this entrance gate and have each player pick a side and have one person watch the back spawn. If you get 22 kills in a row with the CZ75, you will be awarded with Pack-a-Punch. After the lockdown, toss a grenade down the tube to turn on Stamin-Up and grab this crowbar. Use it to break the box in front of this roller cart, and then grab the ladder and hang onto it for later. Jump up and over the shed to get to the next phase, and take note as to where this electrical panel is, because you can get a death machine from throwing a grenade at it. Similar to the other areas, just keep pushing forward until you get to the other end. You're going to have wind pushing your character to the left, so keep favoring him to the right to try and keep him in the center. Hop over the couple obstacles, then finish up by jumping down into the next area. This will stop the spawns, so just finish killing out whatever is left. After you've finished killing the remaining zombies, come over here and purchase the Ferris. Back up and look over the horizon and shoot Mario Hat number 2. Then interact with this generator to start the next lockdown. This is going to spawn zombies again, as well as a Panzer. And this blue rock right here is going to be a soul box. Eliminate the Panzer, then continue getting kills by the blue rock until the soul box is filled. Once finished, there will be a short cutscene, and then on to Parkour Challenge number 1. Just follow the pathway that I take here that leads to the rock, and then to the radio tower, and then to the roof, and then down the chimney like Santa Claus. Once you land, shoot the lock off the electrical box, then melee it to turn the power on. You may now purchase Jug if you need it. Now I highly recommend you go straight into the next lockdown without running the box. Just use the Ferris and you'll do fine. The reasoning behind this is because the first box location costs $4 grand, and if you die in the next area, you're guaranteed to lose one of your guns. Once you've completed the lockdown, head into the basement and interact with the scientist. You'll be met with a short cutscene and some dialogue, and then be teleported into these sewers. Your feet are going to be planted, and you're going to have one window on either side of you. Your best bet is to shoot 5 shots in each side, then reload. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, reload, repeat. I recommend you don't move until the gate is open and you're able to run out. This next area is basically a holdout, where you cannot let them cross the line in front of you. Just continue getting kills and holding them off. Getting collateral kills will reward you with a Pack-a-Punched Python for the remaining duration of the holdout. Everyone who completes this will be rewarded with a self-revive. On solo, you will also get 25,000 points. Once you're back, head up the stairs and back outside and go around to the other side of the building where you'll find a crate of bananas. Grab the bananas, then melee the artillery gun that will now shoot down the Blast-O-Matic. Grab the Blast-O-Matic, then continue back into the basement and hand the bananas off to the scientist. After he's finished his dialogue, use the Blast-O-Matic to shoot the button to open up PAP. This step has to be done in order to complete the Easter egg and map. After you have the weapons you want and have them Pack-a-Punched, continue into this vestibule to start the next lockdown. Push to the end, then jump through the vents where it'll drop you into the next area. You can access PhD Flopper by throwing a grenade through this louver and opening this door. Interact with the middle to start the next lockdown, then pick a corner to hold it down in. Don't forget to grab Electric Cherry before you leave to open the door. Now this next area can be done one of 2 ways. The easier way being the parkour for the upgraded summoning key as shown here. You want to try and use the various points in these rock platforms to line up your jumps. You have easier and quicker movement if you have the crowbar or the Blast-O-Matic. Once you get to this last jump here, you need to jump and crouch just before you get to the entrance of the cave, otherwise you won't make it. Proceed up this little hill here and grab the summoning key. Now the other way, if you can't do the parkour like most of us normal human beings, is to just do the lockdown. Always make sure to have a plan with your self-revives, because if everyone goes down, like seen here, so long as at least one player has a self-revive left, the game will not be over with. Most of these lockdowns are time-gated, so if you just wait it out while you're downed, they'll typically end and automatically revive you. We used a self-revive here, but your best bet typically is to wait until the final second before you're about to bleed out to use your self-revive, just in case the time-gated lockdown will end and automatically revive you. Interact with the door to start the next phase, and just continue pushing to the other end. Once you get there, locate and shoot Mario Hat number 3, and you will be teleported to the Volcanic Carnage area. This side quest is optional, but I highly recommend attempting it because of the rewards that you can get, which I will be explaining in the following segment. You're basically going to start a lockdown where they're going to spawn Panzers pretty much 2 at a time. Just survive and kill them one by one. The Executioners are by far the best weapon for this, followed by the Wingman. You'll get a max ammo from each Panzer you kill, so go ahead and spray away. Completing this first lockdown rewards you with the option to skip the following area by simply interacting with the red orb that's outside this gate. But again, I recommend you stay and continue. Move up to the gate to start the next segment, which is ascending to the lighthouse. Once the gate opens, push forward to the zombie's spawn point and hold it down there until the first Panzer spawns. After he's dead, continue pushing forward until you get to the entrance of the lighthouse. You're going to have 2 or 3 more Panzers spawn, and you need to juke around them and just get inside the lighthouse and hold it down until the lockdown is over with. Again, try and have a plan in place for your self-revives in the event that everyone goes down. Once finished, you get to start parkour spot number 2, which is the ascension to the top. Now the best advice I can really give here is to just watch the lineups and load in here and get to this spot and just practice. Different things work for different people, but the main lineups are going to be shown here of the easiest spots to jump from and make it to. Credit goes to Maniac Killer from the No Thumbs crew. It helps in most cases to stay as close to the inside edge of each platform as you can, since this will end up being the shortest distance for you to jump. When you jump across here, make sure to prone up when you get to the other side. Once you make it to the top, continue up the stairs and go ahead and walk through the yellow orb that's at the top. This will reward you with an all-time insta-kill. If you finish a parkour, come back down to the area you first spawned in at. Hop up on these rocks and boost shot yourself across with a blastomatic. Hop down to this rock here and then over the fence and come around this corner here where you can shoot this box on the ground with the blastomatic and unlock the Wunderwaffe, as well as a few other guns that won't be available until later in the map. Once finished, grab Stamin-Up and or Quick Revive if you need it, and interact with the red orb to send you back to the map. Successfully completing the first Panzer lockdown in the Volcanic Carnage area will then unlock the use of the Mario Hat. The Mario Hat gives you the ability to double jump, similar to in the game, and also allows you to parkour jump up these rocks. You can pack a punch here if you need to as well. Continue following the path that I'm showing here until you make it to the top. If the Volcanic Carnage and Mario Parkour area is too difficult for anyone to do, you can skip it by simply not shooting any of the Mario hats and following this pathway to the RPG area instead. Pick up this RPG here to start the next lockdown and begin shooting the boulders. It doesn't matter which gun you swap it out for because you will be getting it back at the end of it. Continue through these corridors while shooting any zombies that get in your way, and once you meet the next boulder, shoot it with the RPG. Make sure to keep a few feet between you and the boulders, otherwise the missiles won't hit them and properly damage them. Continue to the end, but make sure not to jump off the cliff as soon as you reach it. Turn around, finish killing the zombies, and then head back up until you see a little entrance on your left-hand side. Shoot the boulder that's blocking the entrance, then continue inside where you can purchase the custom perk Turtis Brown Ale. As far as I know, it gives you a little bit of a speed boost on top of Stamin-Up. If you were able to obtain the summoning key at the earlier area, when you get to this next area, pull it out and activate it on this circle where the summoning key is here. It'll open up a secret passageway that will lead to the upgraded summoning key. Everyone in the game can acquire the upgraded summoning key, but be very careful when making these jumps because if you miss them, you die. We usually skip this part though, because in our opinion, the regular summoning key is better because it lasts longer. You do, however, have the option of acquiring the upgraded specialist summoning key and using it before you get to the regular one. That way you have two uses of the special weapon since each one is only a one-time use. Climb back out and proceed to the gate to start the next section. This area is very similar to the first two bridges, in that you need to make it from one end to the other without dying. Continue pushing forward and shooting the zombies. You will be rewarded with max ammos on the way. If you fall off the side, you'll simply be teleported back to the beginning where you can just start fresh. If you're playing co-op, you want to try your best to stay together because once you reach the other end, everyone needs to be present in order to start the final lockdown. Proceed to the cave and have one person watch a pit while the other watches a doorway. If you don't take any hits, you will be rewarded with an electrical vest that acts like Dying Wish. When you're done, go step in the lava pit and then run out and step on the snow mound to open the next doorway. Double tap can be unlocked by interacting with this red button on the wall right here. Once everyone is ready, interact with the prompt on the floor to place down the mini teleporter, then teleport to the next area for the next phase. This is another area of importance because here you can acquire the lava healing stone, which is used to complete the Easter egg quest and map, as well as End's blaster. Interact with the wall to place the ladder down, Climb to the top, look left, and jump and crouch. This is where you will obtain End's Blaster. Also take note that someone needs to hang on to the crowbar so they can smash this crate out of the way so you can get to the gun. The cost is 100k, and you can make extra points here by killing zombies before you complete the teleport link. Also, don't forget to hop to the other side where you can grab the lava healing stone. Once the teleporters have been successfully linked, have everyone meet in the teleporter and teleport to the next area. Once you get to the next area, you have one free Pack-a-Punch available by shooting the top of the teleporter like I did here. So I suggest that you use it on the End's Blaster if you did obtain it in the previous area. Continue destroying all the Panzers and zombies until the lockdown is done. When finished, you have the option to go through this little passageway here and do a side Easter egg that will give you the chance to obtain a one-time use death machine. This is very useful for the final boss fight. Another lockdown will start that will take away both your guns and will have you running around in circles trying to avoid zombies. Try your best to follow the passenger side doors of the car that Sir Niggleton is driving and just try and stay alive. This is also a very, very useful spot for the electric vest. When finished, grab these porter grenades and come up to the front of the house here. Aim at this broken spot in the right-hand window and throw a grenade. It'll teleport you into the house where you can obtain the one-time use death machine by walking through this green orb here. To leave, either throw a porter grenade through one of the windows or jump and crouch at this back window. When you're done, head back to the arena and climb this tower. Jump onto this box to lift the gate to the teleporter. When you're ready, jump onto the swinging platform, and when it's at its furthest point, jump and it will launch you over to the gate. Crouch down, go under, then teleport out. This next area can get a bit chaotic, but stick to your plan and you'll be fine. There's a soul box in the middle of this area that you need to get zombie kills by, as well as a Panzer that will spawn in. Focus on the Panzer, kill him, and then focus on filling the soul box. This is where that all-time Insta-Kill starts to come in very handy. Once the Panzer is dead and the soul box is filled, follow this pathway through here to get to the top. Once you reach the top, the zombies will stop spawning. So on co-op, this is fairly easy because you can have one player train the zombies while another one does the parkour. But on solo, it can be a little difficult. The best method I've found is to horde all the zombies up into a group and throw a grenade and try and make as many crawlers as possible. That'll give you just enough time to do the parkour challenge and make it to the top. To obtain the knee pads for slide cancel, you need to shoot this blue summoning key here, then jump on the purple platforms that appear. Have one person in your team posted up where I am right now, while the others spread out in the room and start shooting the summoning key. Jump one by one to the platforms until you make it to this last one here, and grab the knee pads. There will be a shortcut that will appear, so you can jump off and basically skip this parkour section and just go straight to the top. To start the next lockdown, interact with this pyramid in the middle here. The zombies' health is going to be extremely buffed. You will have periodic insta-kills spawning in, so try and space them out, grabbing them one at a time. When finished, equip the shield and melee the gate that's around the corner. Purchase the sticky grenades and throw in at the safe here which will reveal the grapple gun. Equip the grapple gun and follow the pathway I take. You will get your gun back after you are finished. Once you land on the second platform, either melee or shoot this blue rock here, and that will send you flying to the next platform. Make sure to get to the center because there are spikes around the perimeter. Aim and shoot at the Shadows of Evil looking grapple hook, then mantle up to the top. You must mantle once you hit the top, otherwise your character will just hit it and fall back down. When you're ready, go on and jump through the purple portal. When you land in the next area, purchase and pack-a-punch each one of the 4 wall-buy guns that are down here, leaving the Spaz 12 for last. Once completed, you will be rewarded with an automatic reload that slowly refills your clip over time. Keep in mind though, if you down, you will lose it. When you're ready, locate the island with the firestone on it and hop onto it to start a holdout. This is a timed holdout, where you need to stay on the island the entire time killing zombies until you hear the finishing audio cue. As soon as you hear it, jump off the island to safety and kill any remaining zombies. Rinse and repeat for the remaining 3, and keep in mind that you can use your upgraded summoning key if you need to. Once you've finished all 4, jump over to this island for the 5th and final holdout. Each player will be rewarded a death machine for this. Once you reach the other side, hop off and continue killing until you reach the next cutscene. Once the cutscene is finished, you will now have a slow motion showdown with a Panzer. Kill him and proceed into the castle. Once you finish killing the remaining zombies, you can throw a grenade at the dragon's head to repair your shields. Equip the 1-inch punch from the corner here, then punch the gate to reveal the custom Kool-Aid perk. Equip the special weapon if you haven't yet, then head to the other side where the fountain is that will reveal the pathway to your next area. This area can be a little glitchy sometimes, but just keep wiggling around and moving and swimming, and eventually it'll let you through. Interact with the power switch to start the next lockdown. Getting enough grenade kills here will reward you with a one-time use nuke. Continue making laps while killing everything in your path. You will have a few Panzers spawning in here as well. When you finish, you have the option to get flung up to this upper area here and purchase the HK-21, or to grab a new shield if you need it. Have a friend fling you up, then hop over to this ledge on the wall and just hug the wall following the pathway that I'm doing right here. When you reach the end, jump through the stained glass window. The shield is located on the opposite side. There is also a side Easter egg sniper challenge available in this area too, that will reward you with thermite grenades. However, I do not recommend doing it because it's kind of a waste of time. Back up to this barrier to start the next lockdown and just follow the on-screen prompts. When finished, make sure you do not go through the portal until you upgrade your shield. To do so, pull your shield out here and boost twice in a row to get to the top of this area, then interact with the shield here. When you're ready, hop through the portal to head on to boss fight number 1. Now this isn't like your typical boss fight. This ugly mug will spawn in and start hucking rocks at you. You need to shoot the rocks out of the air so they don't hit you and damage you, because they will one-hit down you, even with Jug. Continue to survive until you get the on-screen prompt saying that the jammer is blocking communication. At this point, all players need to get behind this podium so Gorlock the Destroyer will target the post and throw his rock at it, hitting the jammer. This is where I recommend you using your one-use nuke if you did happen to acquire it. Once the jammer has been destroyed, interact with this button to authorize the rocket. And that's it. Just continue to survive until you get the cutscene. And that is boss fight number 1. So long as you help the scientist and remember to grab the lava healing stone, you will now be teleported to boss fight number 2. Once you spawn in, interact with the summoning key here to start the boss fight. You will now be met with constant spawning zombies, as well as King Turd himself. This is where the death machine comes into play. He will always spawn in the same spot on the side of the commando wall by is on. As soon as he spawns in, pull out the death machine and shoot him. It will literally annihilate him. Continue to shoot the zombies until you get the panzers to spawn in. You're going to notice that an orb has appeared over the pyramid now. What you need to do is pick up the blue charges that the panzers shoot at you and throw them at this orb. Now would also be a good time to use your specialist weapon. Keep in mind that there is a short cooldown period before the orb will be ready again. Right here, it was not ready yet. If you pause the video on both throws, you can see the difference. You will know that you have successfully hit it if your screen starts shaking like this. You need to do this 2 times. After the second successful throw, the pyramid will open up, and you have successfully beat the map and the full Easter egg quest. Mission accomplished. Hell yeah. I'll limp after him past those tumbleweeds.